Whether you're a brand new real estate investor or you've already done a few deals, wholesaling real estate is one of the fastest and easiest ways to monetize real estate and build a hyper profitable investing business. The process involves finding deeply discounted properties, securing them under contract, and then selling that contract to another buyer, usually a real estate investor, at a higher price. Now in this video, I'll give you a detailed overview of how to wholesale real estate in New York, highlighting the steps, legal considerations, market insights, and the strategies required to succeed. And lastly, all the resources you need to get started today. And be sure to stay to the end because I have a ton of free downloadable resources in this video to help you start consistently closing deals like a seasoned veteran. Now, first off, what is wholesaling real estate? Wholesaling real estate is a strategy where an investor secures the rights to purchase a property and then sells those rights to another buyer for a profit. The most common method of wholesaling is the assignment of contract. This involves the investor, who's the wholesaler, entering into a purchase agreement with the property owner and then transferring or assigning this contract to an end buyer for an assignment fee. For example, imagine you find a property worth $400,000 and you negotiate a purchase agreement with the seller for $380,000. Now, instead of buying the property yourself, you sign the contract to another investor for a fee, perhaps $10,000 or $20,000. Now, this new buyer pays the seller $380,000 and you receive the $10,000 to $20,000 assignment fee. And this is exactly how wholesaling works in a nutshell. Now let's get into the 7 steps of how to wholesale real estate in New York. Step 1 is selecting the right market. And we recommend picking your local market, the one that you actually live in. So start with the city you live in, the actual county, and the surrounding counties. And what you'll see is that this local knowledge can provide a significant advantage in identifying good deals and building a network of local real estate professionals. Everyone knows more than they think they know about their actual local market. So first start there. If you're in Long Island, New York, then just start there. It's a perfect area to start in that county and the surrounding counties because there are distressed deals that you can start wholesaling right there. Awesome, congratulations. Most people spend days or weeks or months deciding on their market when they could just start in their local market. Now, step number 2 for wholesaling real estate in New York is finding 3 to 5 local cash buyers that are reliable. It is absolutely essential to build a list of 3 to 5 cash buyers that are local in your area where you're wholesaling and that are able to purchase properties quickly, often with 0 financing contingencies, which will make them the ideal partner for you and your wholesaling business. Now, to find these actual cash buyers that you want to work with, we recommend using Google. And you can go ahead and check out our Google Ninja trick where you go to Google and you pretend that you're a motivated seller and you actually type in the keywords that a motivated seller would type in. From there, what's going to appear in the organic search results are actual cash buyers, fix and flippers that are local to your area and buying deals. And guess what? They want your wholesale deals. So be sure to download our free resource at realestateskills.com/Google, and I'll break down exactly how to find these buyers using Google. Now, another way to find cash buyers is to use Craigslist. Now, it's very similar to the Google Ninja trick where we type in keywords that a motivated seller would type in. So you also type in keywords like we buy houses cash, sell my house fast, and what you will find are advertisements from cash buyers that are right there in your local market that will buy your wholesale deals. So from there, you can contact them with their phone number and email in order to actually speak with them and put them on your cash buyers list so that they can be someone that can buy your wholesale deals. Now, another one of my favorites for finding local cash buyers in New York are real estate investor association meetings. These are local meetings where real estate investors go and actually hang out, and you can meet these potential cash buyers there. This is how I've met some of my top and best cash buyers over the years. And if you're in New York, there's tons of them all over. So just go to Google, type in your city name or county name, and type in real estate investor association meetings. Guess what? They'll start to appear around you in the search results, and you can start putting them on your calendar and attending those if you actually want to meet cash buyers face to face who are ecstatic to pay you large wholesale fees for your deals. There are also Facebook groups. You can join a local real estate investing group and connect with active investors in there. So as you can see, we don't need to make finding cash buyers harder than it needs to be. Now, once we find them, next we need to speak to them like a pro. So if you want to grab my free cash buyer script that we've used to generate millions in wholesale fees and find cash buyers that pay us $10,000 to $40,000 per deal, go ahead, download this for free at realestateskills.com/cashbuyerscript. So these are the proven strategies that you can go out and use right now, today, tomorrow, this week for your wholesale deals. Now, step number 3 is finding wholesale deals on the MLS. The MLS is the multiple listing service, and it's the database of all houses on the market. And using the MLS is hands down my favorite acquisition strategy to get consistent deal flow for wholesale deals, even fix and flip deals with zero marketing costs. Now, a few of our favorite strategies on the MLS for finding distressed real estate deals are number one, day zero strategy. We look into the last 24 hours of the brand new listings that have came on the market. But here's what's important. We are not looking for retail property. We are looking for the distressed houses that need to go all cash. Now, this is absolutely one of our favorite strategies because we can literally call on a property today and get it under contract and wholesale it tomorrow and in a period of 24 hours or at most within a couple of weeks. Now, another one of our favorite strategies is the old listings strategy. So what we do here is we actually look at all listings that have been sitting on the market that haven't sold yet for over 90 days. Now, the reason why we love to pursue properties like this is because there's typically something wrong with the property if it hasn't sold for 90 days. So in this case, we like to reach out to that specific real estate agent and figure out exactly why it hasn't sold yet. Because guess what? Maybe the seller wasn't ready to come down on their price, but now they are. Maybe there was some ongoing litigation that held up the sale and now it's solved. Whatever the reason, we find that reason and then we become the solutions provider, which increases the likelihood that we're able to get that deal under contract and actually wholesale it. Now, another easy and simple way to find these deals on the market is to look and search for specific keywords such as handyman special, needs TLC, or cash only to find these distressed properties. Now, if you're using the multiple listing service, you can typically type these keywords in and it'll pull up all the active distressed properties that have these specific keywords in there and that are perfect for wholesaling. Now, with all that said, these are a few of our favorite strategies. And as you can see with these types of properties, they're the exact deals that you can put under contract, that you can wholesale and even fix and flip. Now, step number 4 is talking to real estate agents. So once we find these great distressed deals on a daily basis, now we actually pick up the phone and call that agent to inquire about the actual deal. And we're calling to see if the actual photos match what's actually going on with the property. Let's confirm with the agent, is this property actually distressed? And what's the seller's motivation for selling? So with these properties on the MLS, it might say that the property needs to go all cash, but we want to confirm that because this is most likely a deal for us. So when we actually communicate with the agent via phone, we actually find out exactly what's going on with the property. And this information is vital in helping us analyze these deals and figure out exactly what price we need to offer at on this specific property. Now, if you're not a licensed real estate agent and you're calling the listing agent directly, you can always ask that listing agent to represent you as your buyer's agent. And guess what? They can actually write the contract for you. Now, this one thing alone makes wholesaling on the market significantly easier than wholesaling off the market because you don't need to bring a random contract to the table. You actually work with the agent to write the contract that they use and to close the deal. Now, step number 5 is analyzing deals. Once you've found a potential property, the next step is to analyze the deal and determine if it's a good investment. Now, the key numbers to calculate include the after repair value, which is the ARV, and this is the estimated market value of the property after all repairs and renovations. Then we have the repair cost, which estimates the cost required to bring this property up to market standards, which is also known as the renovation costs. And then we have the wholesale fee, which is the profit you aim to make on that deal. This is your take-home money, and we like to aim for at least $10,000 on each and every deal. Now, from there, we're able to determine our purchase price, which is the price we need to offer and to get this deal under contract at in order to wholesale it to our cash buyer and to make our desired wholesale fee. Now, a common formula for determining the maximum allowable offer, also known as the MAO, is to multiply the ARV by 70% and then subtract your estimated repair costs and then subtract your desired wholesale fee. So for example, let's say the ARV was $500,000, multiply that by 70%, now you have $350,000. And now you have your repairs. In this example, let's say $40,000. Subtract that from 350. Now you have 310,000. And now in this deal example, let's say you desire to have a $10,000 wholesale fee. Subtract that from the 310. And now you're left with a $300,000 maximum allowable offer. And now this is exactly where you can offer on this property for almost a guarantee of a $10,000 profit. So this MAO formula, it's a very simple rule, but in order to send even more competitive offers, we recommend using 80% instead of 70%. Now, why this is important is because most beginners in this game, they're going to use 70% of the ARV minus repairs, minus their wholesale fee. In our experience, a lot of cash buyers are willing to pay 80% and sometimes even above that. So if you want to be more competitive than the rest, if you want to send more offers, get more offers accepted, and close more deals, try using 80% of the ARV and then see how much more success you're going to get compared to the amateurs out there. Now, you can always use these simple formulas in order to get a quick rule of thumb on where to offer, but in order to get the most accurate offers, what the pros do and what we do, and in order to get the largest wholesale fees possible, we recommend using our deal calculator that we use on each and every wholesale and flip deal that we do. Now, when it comes to being competitive in New York, this is especially important. And now you can use our calculator and dial down your exact numbers to the cents, which allows you to be more calculated and even more accurate with your offers, allows more to be accepted, and for you to close more deals. So go ahead, download our tried and true calculator for free at realestateskills.com/calculator. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. We use it every single day. Now, step number 6 is submitting offers and negotiations. Submitting a professional offer is crucial to closing deals. Now, your offer should include a clean contract with minimal contingencies to make it as appealing as possible to sellers. Now, a common strategy on each and every offer that you make is to include a 7-day inspection contingency, which provides a way to back out of a deal if necessary. Additionally, we recommend aiming for a 14-day close or sooner to make the offer even more attractive. And when submitting offers, you should always include a proof of funds to appear as professional and credible as possible. Now, if you don't have sufficient funds in your bank account, that is okay, and we suggest getting a proof of funds from a hard money lender or private money lender that shows you at least have access to their funds. Once again, this is absolutely crucial for getting your offers accepted and demonstrating that you're a serious buyer and a serious wholesaler. And if you want to learn how to get a proof of funds for free, just go to realestateskills.com/proof, and I'll teach you 2 quick and easy ways to find them. Now, an earnest money deposit, also known as an EMD, is a sum of money that the buyer puts down to show their commitment to purchase a property. The EMD is a critical part of making a clean and professional offer, and it shows the seller that you, the buyer, you're serious and willing to actually invest in this transaction. Now, the usual range we see for earnest money deposits is between $500 to $10,000, depending on the property's value and the local market conditions. Now, this exact amount can vary, but this range, it's pretty typical for most real estate transactions. And keep in mind, this EMD is typically due within 72 hours in New York from contract acceptance, which is 3 business days after the contract is accepted and ratified. And this time frame, it may vary based on the terms that are outlined in the contract, but 3 days for this EMD is absolutely common in New York. Additionally, the EMD is generally refundable if the buyer backs out of the deal within the inspection contingency period. And this contingency period allows the buyer to inspect the property and ensure that it meets their expectations. Now, if the buyer decides not to proceed with the purchase during this period and has the proper contingencies, then you can get your EMD refunded if that is stated in the contract. But remember, the contract is always the law of the land. Be sure to read your contract and ensure that it is refundable. All right, now that we've made a clean offer, we've got our offer accepted, it's now time for step number 7, my favorite step, which is closing the deal and making your wholesale profit. This is the final stage where we actually close the transaction and where ownership is transferred from the seller to the end buyer, also known as the cash buyer in this case. And when we're wholesaling in New York, this step is where we as wholesalers get paid our wholesale fee for completing the deal. This closing process involves coordinating with title companies and escrow and the attorneys involved to ensure all paperwork is in order and confirming that the funds are appropriately transferred. And it's very important to have reliable professionals, such as these title officers, escrow officers, to help navigate and make sure that this closing process goes as smooth as possible. Now, because we followed these steps to the T, we picked our local market, we found these cash buyers, we found the deals, we analyzed the deal, we had a clean offer. Now at this time, when everything falls into line, you can be making $10, $20, $30, even $40,000 per wholesale deal, depending on how well you negotiate the deal. So be sure to rewatch this video, dial in these 7 steps, because these are exactly the 7 steps on how to wholesale real estate in New York. Now, the next most common question that I get is, Alex, do I need a real estate license to wholesale in New York? And no, you do not need a real estate license to wholesale there. What's most important is that you understand the distinction between being a real estate agent and a wholesaler. So for example, real estate agents, they sell houses. As a wholesaler, you sell the rights to buy a contract. You sell the equitable interest in a contract. So the value that you provide as a wholesaler is from actually going out there, finding these great deals, putting them under contract. Now, all that needs to happen is an assignment or a transfer of title for this end buyer to buy the deal. This is why you get compensated, but you are only selling the rights to buy the contract. You are not selling the actual house. That is the role of a licensed real estate agent. And if you're ever marketing a deal, it's always important to market the equitable interest in the contract and not the house itself. So in New York, when you understand that distinction and you abide by that, this is just something really important to understand, not only in New York, but all states, so you can do this legally in the right way. And now I want to give you 3 tips on how to wholesale real estate like a pro in New York. Tip number 1 is trust but verify. So whenever you're doing a real estate transaction, when you're wholesaling a property, whether it's to cash buyers, a real estate agent, or a broker, or seller, whomever you're working with, you always want to trust what they're saying. You want to listen to them, but you don't want to come off as condescending or as if you're not listening to them. But what you need to do is you need to verify everything that is being told to you. And this is because sometimes people forget to communicate everything that's actually going on with the property. They don't communicate all the proper context. So it makes sense to not just talk about the property over the phone, but to actually go to the property and inspect the property for yourself. Or at least, at the very least, have your cash buyer go to the property and inspect it themselves to ensure that they'll close on time, that nothing pops up at the last minute. For example, if I'm wholesaling a house, I want to make sure that the electrical is working. I want to verify that the HVAC is working and doesn't need to be replaced, because that can add $5,000 to our renovation budget. And we want to verify all of this because if $5,000 in costs come up down the line, that can directly eat at your wholesale fee. And so instead of making a $20,000 wholesale fee, you then make a $15,000 wholesale fee, all because you didn't check the HVAC was working. So always trust but verify, and use this in everything that you do. The contracts, the properties, what anyone tells you in real estate. Trust but verify. This will either save you a lot of money or make you a lot of money. Now, tip number 2 is to be first and be fast. Specifically, when we find a great deal that's on the market, you want to be the first person to contact that listing agent. Because I'll tell you what, after doing this for 13 plus years and helping thousands of people to wholesale real estate, good deals go quickly. And it doesn't matter where it is or what year it is, they go quickly. So be sure to be the first one to call the real estate agent as much as you can. Now, if you're still second or third when speaking with the real estate agent, that is 100 times better than being 10th or the 20th person to speak to this agent and get an offer in. So remember this, always try and be first and always try to be fast. Over the years, about 50% of the deals that I've completed were because I was fast, I was punctual, and one of the first ones to speak with the real estate agent when this hot, distressed deal came onto the market. Now, just this one tip alone, it's going to increase your ability to close deals and could be the difference between closing 1 deal a month and making $10,000 and closing 3 deals a month and making $30,000 a month, all because we weren't lazy, we were fast. All right, now tip number 3 is that everything is negotiable. The EMD amount is negotiable. The purchase price is negotiable. The closing time frame is negotiable. The seller concessions, guess what? They're negotiable. Keep in mind, everything is negotiable. And in order to change anything that we want in an existing contract, we just need to make an amendment, meaning a simple change agreed upon by all parties. So when a lot of people are trying to wholesale real estate in New York, they see a listing price of a property for $645,000. They don't think that they can actually offer $500,000, get this deal under contract and wholesale it. They think that this price is static or sticky, that list price. But I'm telling you that that price is absolutely negotiable. Right now, I'm working on a deal that's $100,000 below the list price that I'm looking to wholesale for $15,000. And then here's a screenshot of a deal my client just got under contract, $140,000 below the list price. So see, you as a wholesaler, you have to work where the offer works for you so you can make your desired wholesale fee and your cash buyer can make their desired profit. So with these tips, be tenacious and never stop improving, and you'll be able to consistently wholesale deals each and every month. So there you have it. We covered the 7 steps on how to wholesale real estate in New York. We also covered the legalities as well as the quick tips to increase our likelihood of success when wholesaling. Now, if you want to go ahead and download our guides on how to wholesale real estate across the United States, be sure to go to realestateskills.com/howtowholesale. And it's also in the description down below, along with more detailed wholesaling training. Now, here at Real Estate Skills, our area of expertise is helping aspiring and active investors who want to add or scale an arm of their business through wholesaling, flips, and rentals using a proven MLS-based system instead of random one-off methods. And most of the people we work with, they're either new and want a clear step-by-step system and coaching and training to get those first few deals and get that consistency after that, or we work with experienced people who are already in real estate. Maybe they have a portfolio of rentals, they're fixing and flipping, they're real estate agents, or they want a consistent deal pipeline from the MLS success without spending any money in marketing, and they want to make anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 a month. With all that said, you can learn more at realestateskills.com. And if you have any questions whatsoever about wholesaling in New York, you want to get details, please leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to respond. Now, if you just learned one golden nugget, definitely hit subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell so that you know when our next trainings are coming out on wholesaling, flipping, and even investing into cash flowing rentals. This is Alex Martinez with Real Estate Skills. Happy wholesaling. I'll see you in the next one.